interested in studying abroad in a UK-based college or university? Would you like to enhance and increase your career choices in a conducive atmosphere? Focus Learning Support Limited. We will help you seek admission into UK college and universities. We will also assist you in your visa applications. We can also assist you in acquiring accommodation. Our aim is to support you throughout your whole program. At Focus Learning Support, we believe that development thrives under harmony, and that harmony exists through recognition of unity and diversity. Focus Learning Support Limited.
Hello viewers, we are back again. This is Lizzy show. I'm here in the middle of autumn, freezing and cold outside, to tell you how committed and motivated I am to give you tips for academic success. As you know, the presenter today is Dr. Mrs. Elizabeth Achinewhu-Nworgu, Director of Focus Learning Support, a senior lecturer in United Kingdom, Birkbeck University of London, and an international motivational speaker. This week, I'm going to share with you the tips for academic success. The tips we as lecturers, institutions, students as well, the tips we need to be able to be retained in institutions, and also the tips we need to achieve academic success. As you know, the company Focus Learning Support Limited is set up in 2003. The primary aim is to support academic success for the youth. And this is why I am here again to present to you those tips for academic success. In 1996, I joined the education institutions from the local authority, human resource management. The aim is to support education. It was amazing to me when I joined the education institution as a lecturer in 1996. I found out that most students come to institutions, they don't achieve. Some of them who come do not stay. So for me, it's a worry. For me, in academic institutions, for me, someone promoting the youth, promoting them in terms of developing the skills they require to achieve. I felt that there was a need, or there is a need, for me to carry out further research to find out those strategies that can support students, strategy that we can use as lecturers, as teachers, to retain students. And when a student is retained in an institution, obviously that person is going to achieve. And as a result, I decided to carry out research with the University of Greenwich, where I came up with 9 key strategies promoting retention and achievement in institutions. And those 9 strategies I explored. I looked at motivation, I looked at teaching and learning, I looked at quality of services provided, I looked at the management of curriculum, I looked at student support, I looked at recruitment and the induction of students in the program, and I also looked at the wider environment of institutions providing education for students. And what I did was to explore these 9 key strategies that I felt from the literature reading, from what I know as a lecturer, that can, if effectively implemented, will promote retention and achievement in institutions. I now decided to explore using 2 further education institutions in the United Kingdom, I decided to test the perception of staff and the perception of students in terms of their academic studies, to find out what is it that can actually make them to stay and learn effectively. What is it that will make them go away from an institution? So having to share these perceptions with students, the findings of my research indicated that motivation, teaching and learning are the key to improving retention and achievement in any institution. And it was amazing to me that students felt that the motivation on their program, for the fact that they are motivated in a program of study, and motivation includes that you or me as a lecturer has to be part of the motivation. And they felt also that teaching and learning is essential, that if they come to institution and they are not able to learn effectively because of the environment, because of the teaching methodologies, that they will not stay, they will leave. And therefore, here, I'm going to share those strategies in depth. I'm just going to have a 5 minutes break, and I'm coming back to share those tips for academic success. Those tips that we as lecturers in institutions require to motivate and retain students to achieving their aims and objectives at the end. Again, focused learning support, we are here to support education for all. See you in a few minutes. Thank you.
Interested in studying abroad in a UK-based college or university? Would you like to enhance and increase your career choices in a conducive atmosphere? Focused Learning Support Limited. We will help you seek admission into UK college and universities. We will also assist you in your visa applications. We can also assist you in acquiring accommodation. Our aim is to support you throughout your whole program. At Focused Learning Support, we believe that development thrives under harmony, and that harmony exists through recognition of unity and diversity. Focused Learning Support Limited.
Hello viewers, welcome back. This is Lizzy show. Person presenting Dr. Mrs. Elizabeth Achinewhu, Director of Focused Learning Support, a lecturer in UK, Birkbeck, University of London, and an international motivational speaker. I have come back, as I said, to look at strategies that we as institution, we as lecturers, we as students require to implement to encouraging retention in our academic studies. As I said earlier, when I joined the education institution in UK as a lecturer, I realized the problems facing students in staying and studying. And I felt that as a lecturer who is motivated to promoting students' academic studies, that I need to share the strategies which I found during my research that were useful in promoting academic studies. And as I said before, my research findings came up with 9 key strategies. The 9 key strategies, which ones did students find as important to them in retaining their academic studies? One of them was motivation. What is motivation? If I ask anyone what is motivation, how can you motivate a student to stay and learn effectively. And then for me, as a teacher on motivation, motivation is anything that triggers, that changes your behavior, anything that makes you behave in a positive way or react even negatively to a situation is your motivation. If, for example, you come to an institution and you are happy with it, of course, that is your motivation. Automatically, as a student, you want to stay, you want to learn, you want to achieve. So during my research, I looked at staff perception. I also looked at students' perception on reasons why they have to complete a program and the reasons why they cannot complete a program or they have to withdraw from a particular institution. Sometimes institutions do not actually explore the key reasons why students come to study and all of a sudden the whole class is empty. And if a class is empty, what happens? Those students, the question is, where are they? Have they gone to other institutions? Have they continued elsewhere, or have they left to wander on the street? And if a student is wandering on the street, what happens? It becomes a problem for the community, for the society. So if we as lecturers can have those strategies put in place with the support of management, of course, students will come, they will stay, they will be happy. So motivation is a key. How do you motivate your students? Motivating students means if students come to study, you need to, as a lecturer, you need to induct them. As an institution, we need to give them effective induction. We need to tell them the reasons why they are on a program, why they have come here. Some of them come to institution, they don't even know why they're there. So why should we recruit somebody and we are not able to give them those reasons why they are there? So the first induction is obviously is to show them the environment, make them part of the environment, motivate them in terms of welcoming them, welcome students. And if you welcome somebody, they feel happy, they feel belonging, they feel that they are part of the institution. And the students are interviewed in terms of their motivation. Some of them felt that, yes, for the fact that I was welcomed in an institution, I was able to see the principal of the college, I was able to have an insight of the staff, an insight of the building, and that was my motivation to stay and continue with my studies. The question is, how many institutions are having effective induction and recruitment of students? How many institutions are actually exploring the potential students to join the institution to study? How many institutions, how many staff are giving that time, their motivation to actually encourage somebody to stay and study? The funniest thing in my research, I found out that a lot of black students commented on motivation, that motivation can put them off. In other words, if they come to an institution and they are demotivated as a result of poor teaching and learning, as a result of the poor environment, as a result of certain discrimination, as a result of not anyone realizing their potentials, that they are automatically